In 2017, Wu was a 26-year-old climbing enthusiast who was dubbed as the China's first rooftopper. A rooftopper is someone who usually illegally climbs onto rooftops, skyscrapers, or any other really high dangerous location. Almost always, these daredevils are going to these incredibly dangerous locations in order to capture footage of themselves so they can post it into the internet in hopes that it goes viral and they make a bunch of money. But because there are so many people competing for the internet's attention, rooftoppers really need to push the envelope. And Wu Yongning did just that. In China, on one video sharing site alone, he had made over $80,000 just in donations that had come in. So it was clear that this was becoming a career for him. But as the money and the fame were coming onto you, he started to realize that in order for him to stay on the top, he would need to continuously outperform his last big stunt. In early November of that year, he heard about a competition that was offering $15,000 to its winner. This competition served as the motivation for Wu to finally attempt his craziest stunt yet. And so on November 8, Wu traveled to the Huoshan International Center in central China. This massive 62-story skyscraper would be the tallest building Wu had ever performed a stunt on. The public was only able to get up to the 44th floor, and so Wu had to take the elevator up to somewhere between the 40th and 44th floor, at which point he climbed out of the window and he climbed all the way up to the top. Once he got up to the rooftop, he set up his tripod and his camera and he turned on his live stream. And the live stream viewers that tuned in would see Wu sitting on the edge of the skyscraper. And he is meticulously wiping out the edge of the building in the area he will be grabbing onto to perform his stunt, which was going to be his trademark pull-ups. And so after several minutes of Wu cleaning this ledge, he begins to lower himself where his arm would still tucked up over the edge. So he's not hanging, he got his arms kind of anchored on the top. He's like testing the edge of the slip. He kind of feels around and he can tell that it's not gonna be a good grip. It's not good enough for him to go down to a full extension. So he pulls himself back up to wiping down the edge. And finally, he gets himself ready and lowers himself onto his arms and lets his legs drop over the edge. And from the edge of the building, he goes to full extension. And from there, he does 2 complete pull-ups. And after 2 pull-ups, he begins to try to pull himself back to the safety. But now he is fatigued and he can't quite get himself up over the edge. He starts to use his feet to try to use the glass to push himself back up, but he can't get a grip. For the next 15 seconds, Wu is desperately trying to get himself up and over the sledge. He's trying to muscle himself up, but it's obvious he's completely fatigued. I mean, he did pre-climb almost 20 stories to get up there. So it makes sense his arms would be tired. But there is nobody up there to help pull him up. And so after a while, he goes back to full extension because he can't do anything. And he looks down as if sizing up if he can survive this fall, which he obviously can't. And the camera whips up some sort of whimpering sound that appears to come from Wu. And then he loses his grip and falls to his death.